All right, so what's up, everybody? We are Reality Roommates back at it again with another episode. This episode is going to be a fusion of two episodes of Sunday's episode, which was episode 10, I believe,
Hmm.
and then episode 11, or I could be wrong, it could be 11 and 12. I always get that. There's just,
Yeah, I think it's 11 to 12. Yeah,
I believe
it,
it's
it does
11 and
get kind of
12.
tricky.
Yeah, I've kind of lost count at this point. There are a lot of episodes of BB, 3 episodes a week, so forgive us.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I think it's 11 12. 11 to
So
12.
I believe it's 11 and 12. Let's get right into it. What do you guys think about the pressure cook competition? This is the first episode in what? How many years since BB's?
18.
18 years. Wow. Okay, that sounds crazy. That's like a whole kid going to college. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, the pressure cooker competition was officially on. How'd you guys feel about it? Ivan, how'd you feel that it was back since the last time you seen it 18 years ago?
Okay, so I have two opinions on it, and they're different from each other. So one, it was amazing to watch it on the live feeds because 18 years ago, I just was not. I don't remember even how they aired the live feeds back then, but I was not able to watch it live back then. So I only saw what the edited show presented to us. And kudos to those people who edited that show back then because that episode they made it epic. They made you feel every minute and every hour of that pressure cooker comp. So it was really cool to be able to actually watch it in real time and see just how long these people were actually standing there and willing to hold on to a button. I wish Heisem was still there because I felt he had true motivation, but it was at the same time, it was really cool that Cameron ended up winning because he had all the motivation in the world because he felt like, damn, I keep getting put up on this block. So there's that. It was really cool to watch it overall. To wake up the next morning and they're still going after I went to sleep, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now here's the thing I didn't like. I did not like how the show itself presented the pressure cooker comp
Yeah,
because they just kind of like thrown out there like whatever. Like, bodies were dropping, but they weren't really showing you like the attrition that some of this stuff was put like the stress that this comp put on their patients and bodies.
yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
we didn't really get the feel of it the way it was watching it live. And I don't know
Yeah,
why. It's because like for an example, the first version of the pressure cooker comp 18 years ago, they took the entire hour to show you that pressure cooker comp. The whole hour of the show was dedicated to the comp.
Yeah.
And then they would back from each player's perspective to kind of give you their motivation on why they're in there, etc.
mhm.
Um, this one, as you can see,
It was
the
like 20 minutes of it.
yeah,
They
it's
just
like
condensed it into 20 minutes.
and the rest of the episode was just like who's Cam gonna put up? And truthfully, he only had like 2 hours to decide that. So I don't understand why they didn't give us more of some of the shenanigans that were happening in the pressure cooker. For instance, like so what like for the audience that just viewed the show version, there's people you guys don't get to know that Matt had to pee in the corner. you know, uh,
Yeah,
multiple people had like Jag had to pee in his chicken suit. Um,
I didn't know
Izzy
that.
was doing Izzy was doing these weird dances every time they would flicker the like shut the lights off and play the music.
yeah, that was hilarious. That was
Yeah,
so funny,
it's
bro.
just hilarious moments that like they didn't show for some reason. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
um,
I have the same complaints for that. I ain't gonna lie. Like they just cut out like key things that make Big Brother. Like I don't know. I feel like this season they're kind of cutting out things from the feeds that like make Big Brother Big Brother. Like in the
mhm.
the whole pressure cooker competition, they're just like cutting out like stuff like Izzy dancing in the black or people peeing their pants or just like funny moments that they're just cutting out of the episode. I don't know why they're doing that. I'm not gonna lie, but for the competition though, it was a real good competition. Seeing them because I was watching it throughout the whole live feed, so just seeing them just hold the button for hours and hours and hours, going to sleep, waking up, and they're still holding the button for hours and hours and hours. It was really good, a real nice competition, man. But yeah, Big Brother, like when it came from like the actual episode, it was just like 20 minutes of the competition, when that competition was like, how long was it? How long was the actual
14
competition? Yeah, 14 hours. They turned 14 hours into 20 minutes. Was like that was kind of sucked to see on the actual episode, but it was a good competition though, man. Real good competition, man.
Yeah, no,
Excited that Cameron won.
I definitely agree. There was a part because I was. Someone told me that you actually texted Ivan that they were still going on in the morning, so I actually
Mhm.
tapped in. You know, one of the few times I'll tap into a live, and I heard that not heard, but I've seen and because we were talking about it, me and my friend who was watching it, that
Mhm.
Cameron was actually like they felt like Cameron was being a douchebag because like he kept his finger on it a little longer even after he won.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Um,
pick up on that, but that's funny.
Got a
yeah.
showboat a little bit. I feel him. I feel
So no, he mainly was trying to do it for the record, I believe. So I could be completely wrong, but that's what I'm pretty sure exactly what went on. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that get cut out, especially some things that I just hear about because there's people at where I work at who just like watch it live and they tell me like, oh, this happened, that happened, and then just watching the show, it kind of seems like they go. It's way more. It's simplified. It's simplified times 10.
Yes.
So I mean, it's good to watch the live sometimes if you want a little extra content. But let's get
him.
into
Yeah.
the winner of that competition being Cameron. How do you guys feel about Cameron winning? And he also put up Jag and Blue Kim. So what do you guys think that means for his future? What do you guys think that means for his alliances? Granted, he is a part of some new alliances that Sari was talking about. But overall, how do you guys feel about him winning HOH, and his nominations? We'll start with you, Willie.
Cameron winning HOH, man. How do I feel about that? I'm not really a big Cameron guy. I'm not a fan of him like that. So I wasn't really excited that Cameron won, but it was cool to see that he won such a historic comp in the pressure cooker. You feel me? That was nice to see. Yeah, Cameron winning. I mean, I was kind of curious on what the moves he was gonna make. In like the last video, I remember saying, I believe the question was like, who do we think is gonna win HOH next, or it was something like that, or yeah, it was something like that. And then finds out it's Cameron, and I was like, oh, I'm very curious on the moves he's gonna make. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna show off his BBIQ? Because we haven't really seen anything from Cameron like that, and I guess we get to see that in him putting up Jag and who else did he put up? Jag and Blue.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, I was curious on the moves he was gonna make because we didn't really see too much from Cameron, and then we see him put up Blue and Jag, which I don't think was the best move for his game. But hey, man, shout out Cameron though, bro.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it. How do you feel, Ivan?
Um, yeah, to piggyback off of what Willie just said, do I think it was him winning? First of all, he had his back against the wall. Being on the block 2 times in a row is not a good sign in this game, as you all know. You don't want to be a block star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is actually what I thought would be Cherie's worst nightmare. And honestly, she thought it was going to be her worst nightmare as well, because when they were watching the competition from the living room on the screen, they were terrified when Cameron won that comp.
Yeah.
Literally directly after Cam wins the comp, Cirie runs over to Jared and tells him Cameron just won. And she's like, you know what? I'll go home first. I've been on TV a bunch of times. This is what she told Jared. So she was preparing herself for the end.
Yeah.
So,
why didn't the episode show that? Like, I don't know why the episode didn't show that.
So I'm completely shocked, floored even, that her gamble with taking out Heisem, it worked, because Cameron does not have a brain. It's clear. And he put up Jag and Blue when you're supposed to go after the true brains of the operation, Cirie, or at the least, if you don't want to go after Cirie, if you're snowed and you don't understand the power structure, I would at least go after a Izzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at least go after a Felicia head on. I'll put them both up. Then, hey, somebody comes off, all right, I'm putting Cirie up. But their gamble of taking out Heisem and having that fake alliance, Legend 25, it actually worked on these guys. They're idiots. he puts up Blue and Jag. And I understand the Jag point of view. Obviously, Jag may be a potential threat to Cam, but in reality, if I was in Cam's shoes, I would have tried to make a deal with Jag. I would have tried to pick up as many pieces as I can from that HOH room, which we all know once you get HOH, people come to you like flies to poop. You know, they're all going to come to you. They don't want to get put up. He had all the chips on his side to take a shot at Ciree's side, but instead, he thinks he is on Ciree's side.
But he did acknowledge it though in the recent episode that played today. He did acknowledge it though. He was like, oh, he was thinking about putting Izzy up if I believe if one of them ended up getting taken down, he was thinking about putting Izzy up. So at least we know like he has some type of sense to like, okay, this is what's going on.
And that's exactly what I was going to allude to next is him kind of being suspicious of Izzy because Izzy's reaction was kind of, which I think was it was not smart on her part. Her reaction to Cameron winning. You know, Red picked up on it, told Cameron, and now Cameron's suspicious of Izzy. So how do you guys feel about Cameron thinking to put Izzy up as a replacement nom if it comes to it, which we will discuss in the second part of this for episode 12. But how do you guys feel about it?
Wait, ask that question again?
How do you feel about Cameron essentially trying to put up Izzy as a replacement nom?
It was smart. It was smart. That would have been a good move for Cameron, but, you know, clearly that didn't work out. Honestly, he should have just nominated Cirie and Felicia or Cirie and Izzy, but for some reason he didn't do that, which I think if he did, I'm not going to lie, that would have really helped his game, but, you know, hey, man, I don't know what he was truly thinking that Blue Kim could be somebody to worry about. I would never in a million years think Blue Kim's going to do anything in the game.
I think he was just mainly trying to support his alliance, what's the alliance called? Something 25?
25.
Legend 25.
Yeah, but he knows that they're kind of running the game and all that stuff, like Felicia, Izzy, and Cirie. He acknowledges that, but still is just like, nah, let me get Jag or Blue Kim out.
The problem is he thinks he's really with them. And this is where the mistake is made. He thinks he's really with them, so he doesn't think that it's time to take a shot against them because he truly believes that alliance is real.
Yeah, sadly, man. Wow.
I think it would have been a smart choice to go after Izzy, of course. And funny enough, I think if he did take the shot, Cirie wouldn't even have taken it personal because Izzy is the one person, before episode 12, Izzy was the one person that knew the big secret. So Cirie would have been happy to let her go and be able to have their hands clean and say, hey, we didn't put you up. This wasn't our idea.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
She goes, the secret goes with her at that point. Cirie would have been happy.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
I mean, that's very interesting to say. But I think overall, you can't really blame him for not putting up, you know, members of his Legend 25. Yeah, I know you guys, in hindsight, because we just finished watching episode 12, that it sounds good, but for episode 11 specifically, I don't think he knew about the whole Felicia Izzy thing. Like, he was really not really thinking of that at that time. He thought of it after, from at least the orders of the episode. He thought about it after. So, like, I mean, you realized it after, you know, but in hindsight, it looks good.
Well, what happened into the game to where you think Blue Kim could be a threat to your game? Like, I don't know.
No, she's just on the other side.
I guess. Hey, man.
Listen, I agree with you there. I do think that at the end of the day, he made a decision that from his perspective was the right move. You know what I'm saying? So I get that part. I think this is just kudos to Cirie for making that alliance when she did. That was very clutch.
Okay. Now, let's get into a showmance that actually is occurring in the house, being America and Corey. They have a little showmance going on. How do you guys feel about that? Me personally, I think it doesn't, I don't know why, but I don't care for it that much.
It's same at all.
I don't think it hurts their game or enhances their game for some reason. And I say that because the way the house is reacting, it's kind of like a little love puppy thing. It's like whatever. It's not like they're both two big threats. And let's be honest, they're both kind of floaters. So it's just like okay, a love
Cameron
float boat. You know, it's just whatever.
Corey.
But I mean, how do you feel about it, Ivan? I see you had a couple of looks there.
Well, okay. I do agree that the house itself isn't really taking them as like, wow, this is a powerhouse threat like we've seen in other years prior with certain showmances. But what I think is it does hurt Corey tremendously because prior to him really getting involved with America, he was, like we said last week, we were talking about him being one of the people that's in the best positions in the house. But the thing is, he's kind of taken himself out of certain conversations and certain equations because he's spending more time with America. And America wasn't one of those people that was integrated with all parts of the house. She was integrated with some, but more so on a surface level. So now if you take yourself out of the equations where people are talking game and you're just on a hammock with America or hanging out with America, it kind of takes you out of those convos, not necessarily saying, hey, he's a potential target, but at the same time, he's not in the know about certain things like he was last week.
Honestly,
so
yeah.
I do think it weakens him in that way because his strength in this game, the way this cast shaked out, his strength was being in the middle and being able to work rooms and be kind of all over the house where you're getting information from all angles.
Yeah.
I think he's getting less information now that he's booed up.
Okay, I honestly that's a very, very good point. I honestly completely agree with what you just said. In terms of like because the first half of the season, well, not first half, the season hasn't really touched the half, but the first few weeks of the season, he was the one coming to Suri, gaining that trust. He was the one in these conversations, you know. And it seems like, which we're going to touch on next episode, the other part, it seems like Matt's kind of fulfilling that role of like giving the others, hey, I got some information for you.
And I love that move for Matt. Love that move for Matt, but we could get on to it.
So, yeah, it seems like Matt's taking on that role. But what do you think, Willie?
It's really the showmances are just ruining the male sides of the showmance. Like it's hurting Jared's side and it's hurting Corey's side. Because, like, they're not focused on the game; they're just focused on their like counterpart, and it's hindering their game, man. Like Jared almost telling Blue Kim about the secret, you know, Suri and all that, and Corey doesn't seem like he has his head in the game. He's kind of just chilling with America. It's kind of just like distracting them from the game. Like, I don't like seeing it as a viewer. I want to see just straight game, but now I gotta see two showmances, boot up, all that, like. They're not really. It doesn't seem like they're focused on the game. Their head's not in the game. It's really just.
I really like that. Let's actually might as well get into it. This is a little bit of episode 12. Let's get into. Let's mix it all. Let's mix the whole bag. You know, episode 12 and 11.
Yeah.
But so Jared tries to tell Blue Kim about his little secret, and the way he's doing it is he's saying essentially, I'm related to someone in the house. I may or may not be. He's kind of like floating in the air, just trying to make her think. He's not going to say it directly, which honestly I think is at least he's doing something right. Granted, this whole conversation. Wait. Granted, this whole conversation shouldn't be had, right?
Yep.
But at least he's not blatantly like. To me, I think the least he could do is not directly say it. Because if you directly say it now, let's say she was to betray him, she could use that information and say, he said this. Now she could never say, he said this, because now he could deny and say, no, I never said anything. I never said any of that. You know what I'm saying? So at least, but granted, I do think what you said is correct. All the showman stuff is getting these guys, like, head out of the game.
It's only
helping the women. I think it only helps Blue Kim because Jared was fighting for Blue Kim in the veto. It only helps America because Corey can just chirp to America all day, keep America safe, and people are going to want to get him out rather than her. So it just helps out. It just helps out the girls in that equation, and the guys need to get their head out the gutter. Man,
you start to question why the girls are like, what are they here for? They're kind of just like what are they, it doesn't seem like they're playing Big Brother. I think Ivan said that earlier. It's
Mhm.
like Blue Kim, what are you here for? Are you here to play Big Brother or are you here to just play showman? And same thing with America. America is just kind of like playing the like I wouldn't say she's playing anything. She's just there. I don't know. I feel like they're just there, and that kind of pisses
Yeah.
me off. It's like, what am I watching?
What do you feel about
I
Ivan?
mean, look, man. Number one, let's start with Jared. I'm gonna start with Jared. Who would have thought that Jared would be his mom's biggest weakness in this game? Who would have thought that? You know,
I kind of suspected.
truly proven to be his mother's biggest weakness in this game, in a game that she is completely dominating right now. But he is the biggest Achilles heel. Why? Because he won't keep his mouth shut. Why would you tell Blue that? There's no reason for that. None.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that. The most he could have done, if you want them to align, because maybe what he's scared of is this scenario right here, which is she's on the block, she might go home, who knows? So he's probably afraid, oh crap, I need my mom to be on this girl's side and vice versa. So
Mhm.
maybe he thought to himself, hey, if I tell her that, she'll have more conversations with my mom and maybe they'll be in an alliance together. But dude, I think he was in a great spot. Now he's more like he's got spotlight on him where a Cameron might want to put him up, a Red might want to put you up at some
Yeah.
point. Someone may want to
Yeah.
put you up because hey, that's a showmatch. I want to put those two up.
And
Jared, foolish moves. I understand getting in the showmance. I can't blame them. Hey, you know these people are single. They get in the house, they find someone, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But telling her who your mother is in the game, if Blue was, and I don't want to diss anyone's intelligence, but if Blue was craftier,
Mhm.
she's going to use that information for to further herself in this game. But as you guys can see, and like Willie said,
Mhm.
what is she in the game for? Because she took that information happily, and it doesn't matter to her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which
If she
is
had
a crazy gamble by Jared to tell her
Uh-huh.
that because he did not know she would react like that. But she doesn't even care, dude. She don't care.
which
Yeah.
you just question why. What is she here for, man?
What is she
It's
here
crazy.
for?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to touch on Corey and America.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
I will counter this. I will disagree with this, Willie. I do think America is playing the game more than Blue. Blue,
Oh yeah, she a little
Blue
bit more.
not doing a thing. America has talked about things like who she wants to put up. She has talked about like, oh, Cerie's got all these fake alliances going on. She thinks I'm stupid. So America kind of is on to things. I think America kind of started this thing with Corey, kind of using him a little bit for information, actually, because America is the type of player that I'm seeing before this showman's got a little more serious. She was the type
Mhm.
of player I think that kind of uses flirtation to kind of build herself up with some of the men in the house as far as gaining information and gaining favor as far as like, hey, maybe I don't want to put her up, things like that. So I feel like that was her MO before that. So she is more of a game player. And if he's not careful, she may end up in this house longer than him, and he might take the fall for her because she's been making certain statements that have put her on the radar for certain people in his house. And he is the one that tries to play cleanup man. And he's been trying to play cleanup man so much in this game that they know a lot of people no longer trust Corey with information. So now he's becoming a man on an island with America, and that's a problem.
That's a huge problem in Big Brother, man. To be put on your own island like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That means when they're ready to put you up and get you up out of here, they will,
Yep.
and you won't have any connections to counter that unless you just win a veto.
Now, Jared seems to be in hot water, but how do you guys feel about Cirie maybe being in hot water with her and her final three? Not final three because we know Jared's obviously in there as well, but her what seems to be a final three with her, Felicia, and Izzy. How do you guys feel about Cam telling Matt that he wants to start an alliance, but without he wants to start an alliance specifically to target Felicia, Cirie, and Izzy. And then Matt, being a smart player, pretty much fills in Corey's role because Corey was doing this before, and he tells Cirie to build that relationship, build that trust, reinforce it. Riley's out of the house, so he knows he has to pay attention. So he's up and he's paying attention. He's working overtime now. So how do you guys feel that Matt did this brilliant move? We're seeing some good gameplay by anybody else other than Cirie, essentially. So how do you guys feel about Matt overall and that conversation with Cameron, as well as Cirie just being in hot waters? That whole situation. Ivan will start with
only good.
Go ahead. If you got it,
go ahead. The only good thing that came out of that conversation between Matt and Cameron was that it just gave Matt some information to go tell Cirie, so he could build the trust between them. That's the only good thing that came out of that, to be honest. It was a good game plan by Cameron, like thinking like that. We got to get them out. But it really just helped Matt's game. It gave him some information to go tell Cirie, build that bond. And I really love that from Matt, man. I really do, bro. That could really help him. Playing that little spiral. I love it, man. I love it.
100%. What about you, Ivan?
Really proud of Matt for making that move. And here's something that we can't forget. Cameron screwed over his original alliance that Matt was involved with. That Riley and Jag and Matt, they all started this thing. Cameron screwed them over when he originally went over to the other side and snitched them out. So Matt is smart because he remembers that. He remembers this is the dude that snitched on us last time. I'm not rolling with you a second time.
Yeah.
So this is actually an example of Cameron's incompetence in this game, because your reputation goes a long way, and you already sold them dudes out. They know you sold them out. You got Jag on the block, so you're top op. You got Matt's girl out the game by snitching, which is Riley. Maxim is out the game, so who do you think is next on Matt's list? Cameron.
That man Cameron,
Started this domino effect. So Matt's not going to roll with that. So this was super smart by Matt to give that information to Cirie. And Willis, you're correct. I think he has risen himself in the ranks above Corey at this point. Unless Corey somehow figure out how to make something shake, even Matt is ranked above you right now because you're on an island right now. You're not in the game. You're not focused.
Yeah, 100%. Matt to me he's becoming he's just that little move that I seen him make. I'm like, okay, brilliant, man. Absolutely golden.
Yeah. I really like how he didn't go and tell Felicia and Izzy. He only told Cirie. That was smart.
He told the head of the group.
He made sure he only went to Cirie and not Izzy and Felicia.
Yeah,
which was smart as well.
I got info going top.
Yeah. Go straight to the boss. Go straight to the boss, man.
Now, how do you guys feel about the veto competition? Red did win this competition, which was shocking to me a little bit. I thought Jag had it in the bag, but how do you guys feel about, one, the competition, and two, the winner of the competition being Red? Ivan, we could start with you.
I thought the competition was cool. It was like, it was inventive. I mean, we've kind of seen these types of comps before. As far as Red winning, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't too surprised. I know Red is active. He was in the military, despite the big beard and the hokey, appearance. He's a competitor, and I think he's one to look out for in this game. I hope that people like Cirie, Izzy, their eyes better be open to Red. Like, he might be somebody who they need to think about getting out in the next few weeks, because domino effects happen with certain comps, and he could mess around and get in beast mode and win a HOH, and now you got problems.
What about you, Willie?
Wait, what's that question again? I just.
How do you feel?
No, it's the veto competition, right? How do I feel about the veto competition?
And the winner.
I was kind of shocked that Red won. Not gonna lie, I didn't think he had I don't think that was his first competition he won. This
Yeah.
summer, right? Yeah. We didn't really see Red be competitive, so I was kind of surprised that he won, not gonna lie. I thought Jag was gonna win for sure. But for the competition, we've seen these type of competitions before. It was one of those cool competitions. It was a cool competition. It was cool. But very surprised that Red won though.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think the competition wasn't anything too. Honestly, when she was explaining it, I thought the competition sounded a little complicated. Like I don't know why,
Yeah,
but this is one of the competitions that just sounded like, yo, what is going on right now? Like, I was wondering, yo, do they show them like a video of how to do it beforehand? Because that sounded complicated. But Red winning the competition, I felt like was definitely like, ah man. I kind of knew he was gonna keep the nominations the same. I don't think he wanted to ruffle any feathers. It would kind of be bad for his game. Granted, if
which is
Cameron won,
smart.
yeah. Granted, if Cameron won, I do think Cameron would have definitely thought about putting Izzy up and shaking things up. But since Red won, I do think he's kind of, all right, Red, do your thing. If you want him up, you want him up. If you don't, you don't. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, overall, I feel like Red winning was kind of like, oh man, like nothing's gonna get shaken up, you know. But it's
And a good thing to add on his resume. You feel me? That too. I forgot to add that. A good thing to have on
yeah,
his resume moving forward. You
100%.
know,
It kind of
got a
sucks.
veto win under his belt.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that Jag and Blue are up because I kind of like both, but at the same time, I do hope for Jag to stay. Who do you guys hope to stay? Because obviously eviction is Thursday, which is tomorrow for
Mm-hmm.
us. But yeah, how do you guys feel about potential eviction being Jag or Blue? Which one would you guys like to see go? Any predictions for eviction?
Mm, I think Jag's the obvious choice. To be honest, I think Jag's the obvious choice. Getting Blue Kim out is kind of a waste of a week, in my opinion. It's like she's not really a threat, so let's get a potential threat in Jag. Let's get him out. I think it's the obvious choice.
Okay, okay. What do you feel, Ivan?
So for me, there's who do I want to stay? I would love to see Jag keep playing this game. He was literally, I think, my first round pick. Um, I thought he was going to do a lot better in this game. I think in a different cast situation, he would have done very well in this game. Um, but I think he's going home tomorrow. That's what I think. But I will say
Mm.
that I'll throw this out here. Every week, because I don't know if it's Cherie, I don't know if it's Izzy, I don't know if it's Felicia, but those three, when they get together, stuff gets crazy because literally all week they've been back and forth on who they're sending home this week. So I really, as far as my feeds information, I didn't listen to an update today, but as of
Mm.
yesterday, who the hell knows who's going home? Because at
One of
one point,
those again.
it could be either because at one point Cherie went to Jared and said, "We're sending Blue home this week," and that's when Jared had to go into overtime to be like, "I don't want her sent home. She's one of the people I can trust." And then Cherie's like, "We got people you can trust." And now there's been kind of like a tug
Yeah,
of war.
That's smart for Suri, bro. That's very smart for Suri to get Blue home. So you could you know what I'm saying, get Jared on the right path.
So,
Let's get
right?
Jared. Get honestly, man, that would be amazing for Suri's game. Get Blue out, bro.
amazing.
So what I will say
Amazing.
is
Wow.
I don't know who's going home tomorrow. From the information that I've had, I did not listen today to an update, but yeah, the information that I've had and seen as we stand, I don't know who's going home. In my gut, though, I think they will go with the more logical decision,
Yeah.
which is Jag, because I just don't see Blue winning a comp. And I mean, she seems harmless to Suri and them. Obviously, Suri doesn't know that she knows the secret, right? But if the fact that she knows and doesn't even care, doesn't even want to put Suri up or break that up or nothing. This girl is
Yeah.
hard in this game. It will be actually a waste to send her home. The only benefit is maybe to get Jared to refocus. That's about it.
Which would be amazing for Suri, man. I would get Blue Kim out of there, bro. Get Jared focused. That's an elite team right there, man.
Yeah,
A
I
focus
think.
Jeez, bro.
scary. Who knows? He might start winning some comps.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I think with when it comes to between Jag and Blue,
Mhm.
I do think Blue has the great potential to stay because of Jared, and Jared could probably convince his mom, et cetera, et cetera. But if his mom keeps her 10 toes down and says no, like I need my son to, be focused, then she could definitely make Jag stay. And I do think Jag, his best thing to do is to convince Suri and her little group to keep him in there, that he'll be loyal, that he'll help them, and I think they would believe him rather than Blue. So right now, Blue is only looking like a distraction to Suri, and if she looks like a distraction to Suri, then she's gonna look like a distraction to Felicia and Izzy. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Ivan?
I think this leads into something that we didn't bring up from episode 12, which is this is why Jared's fighting so hard. What about Condom Gate?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
bro.
It's gonna be hard for homie to think straight if
Yeah, I mean, if
that's going down, if you're literally inside one of the other contestants, you're not gonna want them to go home, man.
yeah, I mean, it seems like
This is a game, bro. He needs no distractions, bro. Oh my goodness.
it seems
This
like
pissed me
Jared.
off, bro.
Even when Jared like smiled at the camera and winked, oh, I don't know where it is. I was like, bro, like you're losing 750,000 because like you're so locked up on Blue, like recognize, bro. Like hop off, like bro. The first couple weeks of the season, he was locked in, and we just progressively seen him lose concentration, and it's like, bro, knock out, like snap out of it, So I personally hope he snaps out of it.
I don't think he's not if Blue Kim's in the house. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel like once you've crossed that point of no return in the game, how you gonna keep focused, dog?
You gonna see it through.
So you're saying he's cooked? He's cooked. He's done.
I think, look, I mean, if you're literally in, excuse the language here, audience, but if you're beating cheeks in the BB house,
It's over.
give
with.
money.
Hey, man. Hey,
Yeah, I think
he might leave with the money somehow in his mom. So if Jared's gone, at least his mom could bring home the money. So like, hey, bro.
Man, hey, hopefully Jared could snap out of it, because that
Is Blue Kim worth 75 or no? What's
700,
the prize? It's like 750. Yeah, is she worth it? I don't know. Is she worth that prize money? I don't know, man.
No, that's
Hey, bro.
But
$750,000 that he's just nah. Blue Kim, yeah.
like
Blue
that's
Kim,
insane.
yeah. 750,000. No, I don't get it.
I can
I
say
just don't
this:
get it.
his mom, I think, would dominate or continue to dominate just fine without him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If this indeed causes his game to crash out, I think I think she's better without him in the game than with him.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
really
I
pulling
agree.
weight right now. He's not really pulling weight right now.
Yeah,
That sucks though. That really sucks that one player is better off without the other,
But then
even though
again,
they're both
she
related.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks, man.
here. Suri's got other kids in this game now. She's got Izzy, little baby Matt. I mean,
Man, Suri, bro.
she's got other children in the game right now.
Is there any other points we're missing? I don't know. I believe we touched on most of them.
I mean, Nam stayed the same. I think we addressed that.
One small point, but this was from like episode 11, and it was when Cameron was talking to Blue. She just couldn't hide on her face that she hates this man. It was
yeah.
It was just clear as day.
Yeah, I think Cameron kind of alluding to like, oh, you guys know what's gonna happen. Like, I believe he was saying that to her and Jag. It was kind of distasteful. Gave me Heisem vibes a little bit, but you always gotta respect the truth. If it's
I respect how straightforward people's been this season.
Yeah,
been very
like,
straightforward.
It's a lot less.
Hey, you got to deal with it. Yeah,
Cameron
gotta
just
respect it.
the fact that he put up his own people that he sat there in that HOH on the first week and made an alliance with. And look at him now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
a rat, man.
He's only for self out here. I'm telling you, Cameron is a top op, in his game. If they let him slither around for a few more weeks, we might have a problem here.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that we got to look forward to seeing. I look forward to seeing the eviction. How about you guys?
Very excited. Very, very.
Absolutely.
Another flip-flop situation, so
Yeah,
we're here.
I don't know who going home tomorrow.
Yeah,
I gotta check out the feeds tonight, man.
Hey, it could be Jag or it could be Blue Kim. We'll definitely have to see. Let us know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let us know. We will be updating you guys about every single episode this season. So follow, subscribe, so you can watch every single episode. Let us know what you guys think once again. And we are out. Peace.